You are now chopping it up with the Nerd Barbershop Podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerd Barbershop Podcast. I'm Taryn Williams. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode and hanging out with me for a little bit. Also, Happy New Year. This is actually the first episode of the podcast in 2023. I was supposed to do one a little bit earlier, but that didn't happen. You know how work is. So this will be the first episode of 2023. So Happy New Year. If I didn't tell you Happy New Year in January, or even or in January, Happy New Year. Have a great year. Have a great prosperous new year. And I want to get more episodes of the podcast done. So this episode of the podcast is a little bit abrupt. I want to talk about something that really shocked me and it shocked a lot of people. But Rumbleverse, if you know, Rumbleverse came out last year. I actually streamed it. I think I talked about it on the podcast too. But it was one of my favorite games of last year. It is it's kind of a fighting game, battle royale, free to play, super fun. Really, really enjoyed it. If you've listened to the podcast, listened to my other videos, I'm a big fan of Iron Galaxy. They started here in Chicago. They have a studio still here in Chicago, but they also have a studio in Florida. They created their game. It was their first original IP. Iron Galaxy they've done a lot of kind of online editions and revamped games of fighting games. So they did Third Strike Online Edition, Darkstalkers Resurrection, I believe it was called, and stuff like that. So that's kind of what Iron Galaxy has done. They also did Season 2 and Beyond the Killer Instinct. That's kind of been their pedigree. And Rumbleverse was their first original IP. But unfortunately, as of a few weeks ago, they actually announced that they're going to be shutting down the servers of Rumbleverse and sunsetting the game, meaning that the game will no longer be playable. And the game will be ending February 28th at 10 a.m. CST, which is Central Standard Time. I'm in Chicago, so it's 10 a.m. my time. It'll be 11 a.m. In New York, and I believe that is 8 a.m. Pacific, if I'm correct. And yeah, it's just really, really sad. It just seemed to come out of nowhere. No one really knows why Rumbleverse is being sunsetted. No one really knows why it's getting canceled. They actually have a way where you can get your refund for battle passes and stuff like that. I actually did spend a little bit of money getting some coins and outfit and stuff like that, but I don't want a refund. I want to support the game. So I'm not sure if it's financial reasons. I'm not sure if it's the higher ups. I'm not really sure what's happening with the game. So hopefully maybe in some months we'll get some more information, shine some light on it. But I just want to talk about how much I really enjoy Rumbleverse. I haven't really played a lot of battle royales personally. I've only played Rumbleverse. I played a little bit of Apex. This is the other game on PlayStation that I play. I forget the name of it. I've only played a few. I haven't really gotten into it. But Rumbleverse, it really clicked with me because I'm a big fighting game fan. It didn't feel cheap. There were some things that were cheap that were abusable and really, really strong and kind of OP. But that was just kind of nature of the game. It was kind of randomized. Of course you got your power ups. You had power, stamina, and health. A lot of people will go a full 10 powers and they become glass cannons, where if they hit you, you die, especially early on. But if you could withstand, if you could dodge and counter them, you could take them out really, really easy. And so it was a lot of fun. I won a few. Excuse me. I think I won maybe 3 rumbles, maybe 4. I got in first place, but it felt so good. It felt like you earned it. There were some people that were cheap and some scam stuff, and where there was where you can climb the top of trees and you can kind of stand up there to the end and do some stuff. But hey, that was just the nature of the game. People were gonna find ways to make it easier on themselves and find shortcuts and stuff like that. That's just how video games are. But I thought Rumbleverse was, for the most part, pretty balanced. I didn't play a lot of Season 2, but Season 2 added, I think it was trios and quads, where you can do a team of 3 or a team of 4. It was nuts. I think you could do 10 teams of 4, I think is what it was. Or trio. And there was trios, too. They had, new moves and new weapons. You could swing off poles. I just didn't play a lot of Season 2. But there was some dope shit in Season 2. And they were, going to keep adding on to it. But, unfortunately, the game is coming to an end. And if anyone from Iron Galaxy sees this podcast and listen to it, thank you for your work and your hard work and making a game that was just so much fun. I played both of the betas. I was in all the betas, and of course when the game released, I was a part of that. I did some live streams, and it was just fun. It was just such a fun game. I remember when they announced it at the end of 2021 at the Games Fest. I think that's what the Game Awards. There we go. at the Game Awards at the end of 2021, it had like a brief like cinematic trailer, and people were like, "What is that? Like, what's happening?" And I remember I was like, "Ooh, that could be cool. Let me, sign up for the beta." Played the beta, fell in love with it. Like it was just a good time. Like everything felt good. There were some really good combinations. Like it was just fun. It was a lot of fun. And I had some hype moments. I lost because of some hype moments. I think one of the funniest things, especially early on, I remember I speared somebody into the lake or into the ocean, which was like an instant death if you knock somebody into the ocean. I'm pretty sure I super kicked somebody into the ocean too. Some really dope stuff kind of happened, and there's just so many fun moments you could do. Doing your super move. I don't know if they added more super moves, but like they had like the spinning power bomb that was your super move. I wonder if they added more. I don't think they did, but that would have been sick if they added like maybe a few more versus for versatility's sake. But doing your super move, bouncing off a car, then bouncing off another car and going high in the air and dropping down, and then the splash damage effect could kill other people. There's just so much fun stuff in that game. Doing an elbow drop from the top of a building, killing people. Doing like a chair smash from the top of a building, or doing a chair smash, bouncing off a car, and then doing it. Like there was just so many sick moments. There was so much fun. And they put a lot of fun. You could tell they were wrestling game and fighting game fans. Like, it was very much rock, paper, scissors type of game where some stuff beat other stuff and had like natural counters to it. But it was just fun. It was just fun. It was goofy. You made some, excuse me. You made like some goofy characters and look goofy, but it was so much fun. I think it really brought the essence of what a video game should be, and it was a video game. Yes, it was a battle royale. Yes, it was live service. Yes, there was a battle pass. All the things that have kind of plagued video games. But I think they did it so well that you always got experience. You always got rewards. There was always challenges. There was always stuff you could unlock, and it was just fun. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna try and play the game before it ends. It ends early morning the 28th. I am off work the 28th, but I'll probably try to play it the 27th, which will be Monday at the time of me recording this. So I will be trying to play it before work that Monday to just probably get some gameplay up, probably just record it, have some stuff, and upload some videos. It's kind of my love letter, a farewell to Rumbleverse. I hope the game comes back. I hope this is temporary, and maybe somewhere down the line we get a invitation to come back to Capital City, because I just think the game was fun, and I think they did a great job of making something that was fun and colorful and different, and felt like it was, it had all the new age video game things, but also felt different and unique, and they just and it was just a blast to play. It wasn't too hard. It was easy to understand, easy to play, hard to master. Just loved it. Like, it was just so much fun. There was so many different options and different things you could do, and I just hope we get maybe a Rumbleverse 2 or a spiritual successor to the Rumbleverse, where hopefully they figure out what the issues were, or they can just kind of bring the game back in some way, because I think it was fun. In the world that's full of battle royales and live service games, I think Rumbleverse is really one of the better ones that come out recently, and it's sad to see it go, but I had some great times, and I had some great highlight videos too, so I'll probably be playing it one more time. I might not stream it live. I might just play it naturally, just record it, and then post like a little some farewell highlight videos maybe. I might do that. That might be a lot of fun. But so to everybody at Iron Galaxy, thank you so much for your work, and can't wait to see what you guys do next. So thank you for listening to this brand new episode of the Nerd Barbershop Podcast. I greatly appreciate all the support in 2022. We're going to keep it rocking. We're going to keep it going in 2023. So like the podcast, share the podcast. You can find the podcast on Anchor.fm. That's where the podcast is kind of situated, but it's also on Spotify, Stitcher. I always post the podcast as a video on YouTube. So if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, Slicing Dicing Gaming Entertainment, check me out. The podcast is always up on the YouTube channel as well. Also, you can check out the website, www.SlicingDicingGaming.com. I have links for everything: the YouTube channel, the podcast, there's some merch, the blog, Save Point Graffiti Cuisine, which will be the food concept, coming very, very soon. Really excited about that. The website has some really good stuff. Go ahead and check that out. All in forever, Slicing Dicing Gaming. Not just a motto, it's a lifestyle. I'll see you next podcast. Later.